fucking me. I just was pushing the wrong button, man. They switch it, dude. They switch it. The update, they just changed the recording for the like. I don't know what
Too
the
easy,
hell
eh?
was it. Too easy. Yes, I was.
You didn't
I
press
was.
the. You didn't. It's always something easy, isn't it?
Dude, yes,
So it's like
yes.
if loose wire or whatever, right? Like it's always. Even with my new computer, my GPU wasn't working. What did I do? I I unplugged it. I put it back in.
Fucking
Holy
magic.
shit! Revolutionary, bro.
I'm so fucking little, man. And I love it. I love it, dude. That's fantastic. There is a joke. Like back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember when keyboards used to had cables on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we tend to joke around like, how do you do tech support to your parents, right? So hey son, the keyboard is not working. All right, grab your keyboard, perfect. Stand up, and then your dad is like, how would that fix the keyboard? Just stand up. All right, do it. And you're on the phone, right? Do one step backwards. All right, perfect. Are you still holding the keyboard? Yes. All right, do another step backwards. All right, are you still holding the keyboard? Yes. Do one more step backwards. All right, are you still holding the keyboard? Yes. All right, it's unplugged, buddy. And that was it. So that was an old joke, very old joke when things still had cables attached to it. But I figured that out. All right, so February, looking for that run up. Got a little bit of I'm not gonna lie, I need to be straight with you guys. A little bit on the rush on this one, trying to catch it. I mean, this one says on March. I did bought on February. Not 100% sure. So maybe it was right here on this one. January. No, it wasn't February. I'm freaking 100% sure. Maybe it was on this on some of these lows. All right, so February, just this is gonna be one of those things like trust me, bro, right? And then looking for retracements, buying in, buying in, buying in, and right here I bought in here, right, and bought back in here. So on and so forth. Just so you know, like how big of that account has been growing, right? So gold all the way here to the current price action. That's been a 47 percent growth. No leverage. I'm not using leverage in gold, all right? And I do the iShares just so you guys are tracking. And also, I tried my best. I'm not that great at it because let's just say that my infrastructure may not support it, and it's also not that great. Physical gold, right? I still have some physical gold. Man, it's one of like my favorite fidget toys. Having a real gold coin in your hands, that feels fantastic. I don't know what is it about it, or is it just me? But yeah. Also, by the way, if you like, for example, if it's a little bit out of your budget, or if it's because I understand like a gold coin, it's kind of like a it's big money, right? On just to play around it. Get a tungsten coin. Body body feels exactly like real gold, and there's gold into tungsten. Dude, weights like gold, sounds like gold, reacts like gold. It's a little harder though. And favorite fidget toy ever, man. Last one that you're gonna ever get. All right. So the point is, look at this last run up, right? Fantastic run up. And I'm bringing this up because, hey, look at the previous run up where I um panicked in, right? Like it was like that. There we go. So as you can see, well, if I get a little bit lower, there it is. So we already a little bit overextended on the run of that run up. You see, maybe this polling here, and that I mean, I could say that maybe we are almost in the same structure here. Look at that. We have the last poll, we have the last poll, and then maybe a correction right down in here, right? So what am I calling for this correction? I don't know if it's going to happen. In fact, I have prepared and shoot, I closed this up. In fact, I got it prepared here for you guys, right? I did some investigation and then I asked ChatGPT, oh, not this one, to actually break it down for us, right? And then compared my investigation data. This gives me a little bit more in depth, but we're going to be taking a look at this, all right? And well, we might be getting at the start of maybe a good rejection. This good rejection is to buy, right? Up only, like Alex says. So maybe going back to dynamic reactor, then your opportunity to enter, and then this thing could keep coming up, right? Here's the thing. What are we seeing this kind of growth? Economy. I mean, economy is not doing great, right? We also are talking about dollar losing value. Remember, actually, Alex, you talked to me about
The basement.
the base, exactly, the basement. And I would say that yeah, it was like there's a lot of wood going on down there, right? Nonetheless, especially what was it? What was that kind of joke? American basements, right? Nonetheless,
Yes.
the thing
Where do we
is
trade mostly? In the
in
basement.
basements. Love it. And therefore, we could be seeing here a continuation upwards, right? But eventually, anything might trigger, right? Might trigger a comeback down. It is just normal, natural, and should be happening even in a highly deflationary or inflationary systems like we have it right now. Inflationary, sorry, I made the mistake of saying deflationary. It's inflationary. So, inflationary systems like we have right now. So, I'm seeing this opportunity as I think that we're topping up. So, hey, if you're planning to buy gold, this is not the time. But this is the moment where you start preparing. Hey, maybe I have a little extra cash, push it into compound savings. All right, push it into compound savings. Yeah, maybe it's just gonna give you, I don't know, $1, $2, $3 a month. That's fine, right? But nobody just comes out of nowhere and give you $1, $2, or $3 into your pocket, right? So just keep it, and then when you see this opportunity, you either decide whether you're gonna be investing this money. In my case, will be buying a little bit more on Bitcoin. Let's go and let's talk about a couple of things, right? This is the things based on I'm trying not to influence ChatGPT because it tends to be a little bit condescending. Although you can configure its condescension or its um, willingness to agree with you. You can remove that on your settings somewhere around here. Not that one. On your settings, I think. Oh, they changed it. Come on. It was to be. It was supposed to be somewhere up there. I don't really know at this moment. But the point you try to remove the how much ChatGPT will try to please you with its answer. All right. Then also not to mislead ChatGPT into like, hey, ChatGPT, I know gold is good. When should I buy it, right? And ChatGPT is going to say, yeah, buying gold is good. It's been there for thousands of years and you should buy always, right? No. We want to try to avoid this kind of things. What am I telling you this? So if you want to replicate something, and I encourage you to do so in crypto, in finances, and everything, you have this at the fingertips. Use it. Just make sure you don't put a bias on ChatGPT, right? So do a deep research. Start with that, and also when you use it, if you have ChatGPT 5, make sure you have on auto, all right, or you have on thinking. Any of those two will do. Try to get rid of answers right away. This is never good, all right? This auto will trigger a threshold between the instinct and the thinking. If you can do thinking always, do thinking always, all right? But sometimes it's just not needed. Auto or thinking, all right? Just stick to those two. And then do a deep research. This deep research will trigger the auto to start going into the thinking, just so you guys know, all right? On the last information about the latest countries buying gold. At this point, I'm not asking if gold is good or bad. I just want to know who is buying gold recently, right? One, like in the past 10 years, what are the biggest buyers of gold? Countries, right? And two, largest gold reserve of world, right? Because put your money where your mouth is, right? And at this point, I'm talking about countries. All right. So let's have a little of that feedback, right? Got it. Here is a crisp, up-to-date view of who's buying gold for the last around 10 years and who holds the most today, all right? And this has to do with the basement thing. Hey, Simba, great catch. Actually, we talked about silver on Piper Academy today and yesterday. And, well, despite we could be seeing a little slowdown on gold buyings, the next one to catch up will be silver. All right. So keep your eyes on silver, right? It's not a substitution. I wouldn't say that it's a substitution for gold. And I love silver. but it's a complementary metal as a starter value, right? So your starter value, it is just not one single thing, right? Like for example, when you want to eat steak, you just don't go to the store and grab the steak and bite it raw, right? You need your steak, which is the main part. What in this case for myself, right? It is Bitcoin, just so you know. I'm not telling you that yours should be the same one. And then you sprinkle a little gold on it or salt, right? Let it soak. Then you put a little pepper, maybe some silver into it, right? And then you put maybe some spices, maybe some talking about stocks, right? So that is the main thing to have your best and a strong meal, right? The combination of all of those little portions in different or all of those assets in different proportions give you your store of value. All right, that's important to understand. It's like making a steak. All right, so the biggest central banks, because who is when we're talking about countries, right? Who is in charge of buying? It's not the president. It's not like the president goes, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy." No, they need to pass a bill, and depending on what is their government, I don't know, government like, right? They will have to do one or another thing. But central banks buy gold, right? Buyers in the past 10 years, 2015 to 2025. Remember what had happened in 2015, 2016, 2014? Just so you know, why am I talking about 10 years ago? And by the way, how fast this thing moved, brother. China. All right.
Crazy.
Crazy, yes. A top buyer since 2022, right? And this is, look at this, it is going away from the 2025 or 2015 thing, right? That is fine. That's why the thinking comes in, right? A buyer since 2022. What happened in 2022, 2020? That might be triggering that. You go ahead and ask that to ChatGPT, right? Restarts added to 225 tons in 2023. 225 tons of gold, right? Alone, it kept buying through 2024, 2025, part of a strategic diversification push. Who else? Who's a good ally of China? Oh, really? And look at that. Surprise, surprise. What? Dominate accumulation in the last 2020s before pushing public purchases in 2020, making it one of the decade's largest net buyers, right? Who is also within that kind of like a friendship, right? Turkey, let's go. Large but volatile buyer. So it's spark. Hey, this is like, hey, what my buddies are doing? Yeah, all right, I do it, right? It's coming back again. Hey, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Who? Well, not something that I would actually be expecting, but once you start thinking about it, it kind of like makes sense. Regular store buyers over many years, including fresh addition on 2025, right? So remember where the things start just really pumping like crazy, right? And then India, Poland, and Singapore. All right. I'm not gonna be reading through all of those, not to waste your time. I want to make this quick, right? Context: central bank's demand has been exceptional, above or greater than 1,000 tons in 2022, 2023, and 2024, a modern record streak. This is important. Since the gold standard, I think the latest thing, it's been buying gold. Why is that? We're seeing maps being changed right now. I don't know about you, but I have a strong feeling that Russia is getting bigger and Ukraine is getting smaller. I don't know why. Right, YouTube? We don't talk about that stuff in here. Get me monetized. But the point is, right here, you start seeing that being, actual countries getting bigger in, 2025. That's freaking crazy, right? Borders being pushed, being retracted, so on and so forth, right? Gaza also, dude, everywhere, every freaking where. Not only that, Also, who would have thought 2 decades ago, 20 years, when we have a knockoff of Sony called Kodi or something like that coming from China, and then that Kodi start being as good as Sony, right? Who would have known that China now would have been competing on technology manufacturing to the state, to Germany, to Italy, to France, so on and so forth. Which take us, what does those countries did back there when they have the firing power, when they were leaders on their industry? All right, larger official golden reserve. That's what I want to know next. All right. So for me, this is the uprising countries, right, who are starting to invest, or at least they're gonna be making good money up in the future. And then larger official global reserve. Hey, guess what? Who is at the top right here? The U.S. states. They leave, all right? Do as I do, right? Not as I say. Or do as I say, not as I do. Whatever you want to call it, but put your money where your mouth is. So United States flowing out of the reserve, but still being one of the largest holder of gold, right? Coming closer to Germany, all right? Italy, France, Russia. Now we're starting to talk about this outside of NATO, right? You see that? Fairly interesting. Most powerful NATO countries. Well, maybe not Germany, but it's on its way also, right? It's building back up. And I mean, then Russia. I mean, by area. Yes, I know. By mines, also it makes sense. China, perfect. Switzerland is, everybody stands its goal there. Japan, all right, perfect. I wouldn't actually be looking into it. I mean, comes a little bit of a surprise to myself. And India. Oh, wow. Right? India. Netherlands, not a surprise, right? So there it is. Just saying, we're having a latest influx of gold. This means, and let me say with all of its words, I think this is a strategic move to teach the US dollar, further taking down or making easier, more vulnerable, right, the US economy, because, US right now has a leash on many things, right, because its power backs it up, both military power and economic power, right? Just like Piper mentioned out there, hey, who's got, when the trouble comes, who's got food? Who's got water? Are you preparing? Great. I got bullets. I know where you live. I'm going to go and take them, right? So I think that's what so I'm stocking on bullets, only one thing, right? So again, I'm not pro-violence or anything like that, but we need to open up the eyes to facts, right? When we're trading, we're not, hey, I would hopium doesn't move your wallet, doesn't make it big. In fact, it makes it go smaller. And turning your eyes on and saying, hey, it's not about the hopium, it's about facts, right? That's going to make you money. And that's what we wanted to bring up in today's advanced class, a little bit of the macro data out there and telling you, hey, are you looking at gold? Have you seen what's going on with the big movers? Are you really want to follow along the whales? If so, maybe an opportunity, maybe getting closer. I would call out, I don't know, ends of October, mids of November, maybe having this little retracement as we have with the rest of the markets, right? And again, once again, let me tell you, it is not about just buying gold. It is not about just buying Bitcoin. It is just not about buying one single thing. It's about diversifying in different amounts, right? What is your opinion of something? Perfect. Do your research, and based on that research, stock on it. My largest stocks are on Bitcoin, and then comes gold, and then comes things like stocks, all right, and indexes. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Let me pass it over to you, Alex. Very sorry for talking too long, but
you're good, man. Give me a vacation. I love it.
Let's go. So take over. What would you like to talk about?
I mean, I don't own any gold, but I wish I did, It's one of those like, oh shit, maybe I should have got some of this stuff, man. Yeah, right now we're dumping on Bitcoin, so we're looking for SFP across the board. If we're looking at some buy levels that I'm looking at, really, Got 2 levels for you guys, and looking to potentially get long here, but I want to see confirmation, right? So if we're looking here, we can see that we are rolling over on Bitcoin right now. I'm looking in this buy level here, coming back for that low that we put in overnight. Okay, 5 a.m. low. You know, they're kind of funny with that 5 a.m. low here. So we'll see if we can bounce out of here. We have hit a support level, so we'll see. No trade yet. Just kind of trying to be patient. I'm still looking at 107,800 as well. But this is a pretty good sell-off, man. Like everybody getting really the hopium slippers came out this morning. Everybody looking, looking for this thing to go to Valhalla. And then boom, right down on everybody's head, right? So when looking at the trading today, I mean, I got caught shorting here. It came back, stopped me out. Okay, it got a little long on Solana in, but overall it's just been down only, right? So the retest coming back for all the liquidity in here, rolling over, wrecking everybody, right? So right now it's pretty much hands, just chilling, looking for a bounce, right? Waiting for the bounce. What you want confirmation, right? Like with anything like this, if you're looking at price action here, it's like this is not kind of where you enter a trade. You want to see strength coming back in, right? So this is a bounce level that we are here, but I am also looking down at 107.8. So possibly an opportunity for some altcoins coming in. Crow. Yeah, it's rolling over here. This is no good. No good. No good. No touchy. Yeah. This is a no touchy zone, man. It's like, for me it's too risky. It's too risky to be taking trades here. I do believe we might put in a low today, which is a good sign, right? Like if we look throughout the industry, I mean, man, everything's beaten up, coming down for those lows, right? Coming down for those lows. This is typically how bottoms happen. It's not your job to catch the bottom, though. It's your job to wait for the bottom to be put in. Yeah, everything's dying right now, so don't touch it. Don't touch it. Bitcoin's coming down, losing this level now, wanting to see a bounce out of here now. It's the same deal. It's the same deal. So patience will prevail. Okay. I think if you can be patient here, you can make a lot of money. It's just if you still believe this is going to go up, which I do, I believe this could be a potential good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, obviously, but I am looking down at this level here at 107.8. And if we reclaim 108,960 here, yeah, we could potentially push back. But I think we have possibly lower to go here. Maybe Solana pushes here, but yeah. What are you looking at, OC? Are you looking to buy anything, or you think we're going lower?
I think we're going lower, but I'm still looking to buy a couple of stuff. In fact, I just had one stopped out, and that is on SEC. I'm like the last time. Remember, I don't know if you were showing up in here. I think so. When I tried to short SEC, it took me like 2 tries, right? And then on the third one was a charm. My last try, we actually called that freaking dump, and we made a lot of money, right? I think that we might have something like that, especially just called out a SFP, right? That will be a fantastic setup. And I'm getting ready for something like that. And that talks about getting into some risk, right? Let me talk about that. And let me know. I would love your input on this one here. So here is what I got. First, the worst case scenarios, right? Worst case scenarios, if you are in a short, basically breaking through, going for dynamic reactor, coming back down, and then breaking to the upside. Worst case scenario, if you're in a long, breaking through, breakout, retrace, continuation downwards. My target to re-enter for a long instantly, or not instantly, but if this becomes what we're going to be seeing, is 103, 105, just so you guys are tracking. But also it's true that if I do the Wyckoff charting here, we could be forming a spring. All right, let me go over that really quickly. If you go back down here, we're coming back down, little range, V-shaped recovery. Till there, we have 70% chances of ranging. Let's go check that out. Coming down, we don't have the range, but we have the hiccup. All right. So, and well, then coming down, let's just call this little range, right? V-shaped recovery and a high. This is where I know this is the quote unquote little range. The high lower than the hiccup or the little range, right? Let's go check that out one more time. The high lower than the previous range, right in here. So then, oh, this is a silver, sorry. Then we come back down and we bounce back up on this area. So we are forming a flat-ish bottom. And then up, creating a head and shoulders, back down. And right here, look at how we're losing that support, right? Look at how on the spring is lower than the STT, 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 and SC, which is lower, right? So are we on a possible spring? The question remains. I don't think so, by the way. And let me explain why. Because we haven't had more than one wave. I mean, if we got this wave, that's why I was maybe aiming for this hold or then a spring. But so far, let's bring up right here our support and resistances. Right here, a resistance. And let me change that color to something like gray and also make it a little bit thinner here so we can draw on it and don't make it like that scary. And look at that. We have another one in here in a support zone. So for me, is this a long area? I would say that yes, but I just don't have my entry set up right now. So right here, I would be, what would be my entry setup? Will be, as we are talking about this, a flip of the ribbon to the upside, but that can come slightly below, right? And do something like, let me show you. This is a little too exciting here. Something like this, right? When we do a little bit of a hiccup, then up, down, up, right? And that ends up being this same pattern where we go back up. And look at this. We are into a range having those lows right there. All right. So I think something like that we could be having at this point. Are you going to jump in? If you're going to be jumping in, I'm not. I'd rather wait for that confirmation. But if you're going to be jumping in, do it in something like the 30 minutes. Right. In the 30 minutes, we will have a little more granular setup. Let's see if we have anything in here. And we do have the daily. Look at that oversold at the bouncing zones. So for me, that would make sense to make a long position. Why not? Let's open up a long position right now. My stop loss is going to be right here below this support area. And this is going to be a fraction of an entry. Guys, we're testing the waters. This is highly, highly, highly dangerous, all right? Don't want to lose money? Don't do this, right? Perfect. Want to take the risk? Perfect. Do it smartly. Let's go a quarter of an entry right now. And this is moving. Come on, it's giving me FOMO.
This is shit, bro. Don't touch it, man.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I mean, number A, plan A, it's going lower. I mean, that's it, okay? At this point, I'm trying to get maybe a rebound, breakout retest continuation, or maybe the spring, right? If I get the spring, once I get acceptance back above 110, that's when I add back to my support. Remember, stop loss 107. So that's what I got. Let me try it back to you, Alex, and let me open up that position as I listen at you, my friend.
You're brave, man. Down only, and he goes long. Okay. What you're looking for is cascading liquidity events. So you're looking for this thing to come and sweep. Okay, right now this is not done. Okay, you want to sell strength. You want to buy strength. This is down, right? So you set your trap and you wait. So if we're looking at confirmation, what does confirmation look like, right? So when we come into an area, what do we want to see? We want to see structure, right? So we want to see a high being broken. We want to see a retest. We want to see a continuation trade. Okay. If we don't see that, there's no reason to take the trade, right? With these V-shaped recoveries, like it's not really trading, right? This is very much gambling in here. So what you're looking for is you have your buy level, and you're looking for that confluence. Look at the NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ's absolutely pooping the bed, right? Breaking down. So there's no reason to press buy here at all, right? This is a professional shakeout, right? This is getting rid of weak hands. This is doing a job here that is going to serve people, some humble pie, as I say, right? So if we're looking here, we can go swing low to swing high. Look for the bounce out of that. Okay. We can look in the golden pocket. We can look at that liquidity zone, right? So now we're waiting, really, right? We're waiting for a reaction down in here and to see what things we can bounce off of, right? We can use our predictive ranges. We can use dynamic reactors. There's lots of things we can use, right? But it's a matter of price coming into an area and price bouncing out of that area, right? Whether it's a fib zone, whether it's a predictive ranges. This says 104.5 right here, blue, equilibrium, right? So we're looking in here, really. Right? So that means no touchy, right? That means no. There is no strength in here. Break a structure, lower high, down. Okay? Do I think there can be a low here and we can bounce? Yes. Is it there yet? No. Am I much more confident buying something like this? Yes. Okay? So a perfect executed shakeout. You're also looking right here. Here's a nice predictive range as well. I like to combine them sometimes, and we can go into a shorter term time frame and see where that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm still looking here at 107.9. Okay. This is just weak. This is coming down, coming down, coming down. You look at things like Solana here. I mean, you still got to come down to this low, in my opinion, right? I might buy some more Solana on spot today. But this is nasty, man. There's no reason to buy this, right? Lots of reason to short it, right? So patience here. Waiting for a reaction coming into discount here. Looking for that bounce. Okay, so if you are trading this, please be safe, okay? Please be safe because this can really ruin you, right? Like I'm down today, but I don't plan on trading anymore today probably. I'll just sit here on my beautiful hands and watch the beautiful waterfall, man. We love a good scenery, right?
Let's go.
Bitcoin dominance is rising. Okay. Nasdaq's dying right now. S&P falling right now. Okay. Not looking so bueno, right? No bueno, no good, no trade, right? So this is where you get your popcorn, you touch some grass, whatever you're into, kind of deal. That's exactly what this price action is. It's like, take a day off, or just watch it, right? Don't feel FOMO. It's actually good for like FOMO training. If you want to practice not feeling the FOMO, right? You can definitely watch it and just agree to yourself that you're not going to press the buttons, okay? No button pressing. You're allowed to feel it, but you're not allowed to trade it, okay? Maybe that can help you with your mental game, okay? But it's not something for you to participate in. You have to make that decision before you look at the charts, okay? And that's going to help you, in turn, stay safe, okay? Looking for the bounce. I'm looking a little bit lower here on Bitcoin. We'll see if we get it. Looking for Solana to sweep the lows and bounce as well. We'll see if we get it. What a day, man.
Go.
What a day.
What a day. Let's go. All right.
Perfect shakeout, right?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, guys, let me bring up really quickly my chart. I do agree with Alex. I mean, on the smaller time frame and bigger time frames, we don't see it right there. I mean, just so you know, to be completely transparent, already into a trade, a little bit on the loss. I do have my support. So remember, danger, and a fourth of an entry. So still, I'm going to keep you updated on how this goes. Remember that my stop loss is right below this. As Alex mentioned, we don't have just now a flip of the ribbon. Just so you know, right? At this point, it's kind of like gambling. So he is right. Why is that? Because I don't have my flip of the ribbon right there. All right. Just so you know, if you are replicating this entry, just so you know what you're getting into, right? So if you're going to do it responsibly. And remember, I'm trying to get maybe just a flip up to the zero lining here. I mean, to the neckline, and then for a continuation. So other than that, keep your guys, be safe, guys. That's all that we have for today. Alex, thank you so much for your masterclass and, of course, your opinion on Bitcoin. Really appreciate it, my friend. And guys, as always, see you guys tomorrow.